Hello, and welcome to the Court of Fools Salvage Survival Season 2. I'm D-Swank, and joining me is Fuzz, Thundra, and Dan. In this playthrough, we have some rules. Large grid ships must be built in one of our construction hangars. If they are bigger than the space provided, they must be built in sections and assembled outside the hangar. If you enjoy this video, do the YouTuber chant, like and subscribe, ring the bell, and all that other stuff. As an added game, all thumbnails are taken from the episode, so leave a timestamp and the closest one gets pinned. Now, on to the episode. I've never been to an IKEA before. I don't know if y'all have.
Nope.
I have.
Okay. There aren't any near where I live, as far as I know.
It was quite an interesting experience, because you go in at the top of the second floor is their display rooms, and you walk through this pathway that they have set up, and then there's a meal court on that floor where I got some Swedish meatballs, which...
Yeah, Fuzz, you're not attached to the building.
Cool. Nothing to write home about.
And I know why. You closed the door, didn't you?
Because it's going to be a cinematic thing once we pull it out of there.
You knocked the drill into the side of your ship and it knocked the ship around.
It's alright.
That's funny looking in here. Sorry, go ahead.
So, you go through, you see their display stuff, then you go down to the market. And I just deafened myself turning on drills. Ow.
Yeah, it can get a little loud.
Yeah, so we walk through the market, which is where everything that's not furniture can be grabbed. And then you go into the warehouse, and when you walk through the display area, they have the tags, the price tags, and it tells you where to go to get the pieces, the flat pack pieces, to assemble these pieces of furniture. Because it's not just flat pack, it's modular. So there's like half a dozen different desks that all use the same desk top. And so you go down and you start hunting out the desktop, and then you have to find the shelving units, and you have to find the shelving units in the right color, and then the legs, and it was surprisingly more complex than I expected. I figured you'd go in, you'd figure out the code for the flat pack you want, you hand it to somebody in the warehouse, and they go collect it and bring it to you. Nope, you take care of it all yourself.
Kind of neat.
Yep. I also got a Blaha. Which is what I'm going to refer to Pup as now.
That's fine.
In the play-by-post.
Okay. This is very irritating. But at least I'm in game now. I'm just looking at the solar system. I don't see the asteroid. I don't see the base. I see the solar system.
Yeah, you know, that's how everybody loads in.
Yep. Just letting you know how long it's taking.
It takes me from that point into playability about 5 minutes.
Connection problem.
What problem?
Connection.
Why are you having a connection problem?
So who do you have as a provider again?
You know who I have as a provider?
We're out of gold again.
Crapcast.
Well, I can tell you that Windstream has been just fine.
I'll have to see if they cover here.
They should. They do DSL.
Because
Unfortunately, was not brain dead. I am brain dead. I unfortunately was not eligible for the broadband. It's not here like I thought it was. But what they do have is handling up and down quite well.
Oh, we just lost Daniel, it sounds like.
Sound like it. Sound like he coughed himself right on out of the chair.
Sounded painful.
I did.
Long day. Ow.
Very long day by the sounds of it.
Well, first Father's Day, so...
Yeah.
I know.
Did you get to the end of your story? I was gonna kind of say a little story about how things have been going.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I've kind of finished mine.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take a little break because food has arrived, and it's food that is not good letting it sit and wait till after we're done.
Oh, yes, that is good food. Okay, that assembler goes into this system.
So, you gonna do your story time? Your turn at the story time?
Well, over the last couple of weeks, my old friend, kind of reached out to me. Was asking me what I was going to be doing Saturday of each weekend, and like, well, currently no plans, obviously. And so he's like, cool, you know, my RV that I just got all fixed up, I need to take it down to get a wrap put on it.
Wow. A decal.
You know, the decal stuff
yeah,
that goes
I
around
know
it?
what the wrap is. That was more of a, why are you putting a wrap on a RV? More of a, yeah, that's more of what kind of question that was.
Unless it's a one that, you know, he had it fixed up.
Yeah.
He did. It's a 83 Rambler something.
Okay.
Apparently really nice, but kind of old. The design on it had all worn off and whatnot, so he had the thing stripped and redone around the body, and he brought it down to get it repainted and a wrap put on it. Well, because he was driving the RV down, and he lives like 2 towns above me, and the place he's taking is like the next city down from me, he really didn't have a way to get back for him and the boys. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll drive down there with you. We go down there first weekend, and he's like, you know, it's dinner time, we're hungry, where should we go? I'm like, yeah, I don't care. One of the boys in back suggested Chinese, and the other one came up with a place in Rutland called the East Asian Cuisine.
Well,
Yeah, that's the place. Went in. Food was great.
that's plus.
And we placed the order, and within 10 minutes, they were bringing the food out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked at how quick it happened. Well, we got out there. Came up. I brought them home. And as the boss was getting out of the car, he reaches over and just slaps something on my dash, and he goes, "There's your payment for the day." I look over and all I see is a 1, so I think it's a dollar bill, and I'm like, yeah, I loved hanging out with him, whatnot. I get home before reaching up and pulling the bill off my dash. It's a freaking $100 bill.
Nice.
Agreed.
And so this last Saturday,
remind me to do story time with Fuzz when you're done, because that reminded me of something.
Okay.
I gotta figure out story time now.
This last Saturday, we were going down to retrieve his RV. So he calls me up and says, "Hey man, you're gonna be here around 9:30, 10 o'clock?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just gotta stop by a place, sign some paperwork, get the last of the payment in on something." He's like, "Yeah, you can do that on your way up." So I get up to his place and he's sitting there in his Jag, and I'm like, "Aren't we taking my car?" He's like, "Nope, come on, we're taking mine." I'm like, "Okay." I get in. We drive down, and it didn't even dawn on me that I was going to have to drive the car back. Until after we were already there, and I realized I didn't have my car with me.
Either that or you're driving the RV.
No, he had me drive the Jag. And things a lot more heavy on the gas pedal than mine is, that's for sure.
The car is, or you are when driving that car?
The car is.
Well, I'll call him A, well, I'll call him B.
Well, I went from a 4-cylinder to a V8. And, those things are a lot more touchy on the gas than I was expecting. So, instead of bringing it back to his house, we ended up going all the way up to his business, which is an hour away in the opposite direction. We get up there and he's like, "I'm having trouble with my network." I'm like, "Yeah, give me a chance to take a look at it." Go in, go through, start diagnostics. Come to find out, it was a bad wire. Ethernet wire between the modem and the router.
Wire.
Except he had bought a brand new router, and it's one of those Asus RT something or other. It's a $200 router. And so we replaced the router, replaced the wiring, got most of everything set up before we had to come back, because he wanted to surprise the wife with this thing. So it was one of those secret mission things. And so he's packing up the old router, and he looks at me, he goes, "Could you use this?" I'm like, "I mean, if I could fix it, I can sell it, get some money." It's like, okay. So he just hands me a $200 brand new router in the box with everything. I'm like, okay. I'm thinking to myself, this is my payment for the day. Now we get back to his place. The guys get out, start going over. The youngest one comes over and goes, "Here's your money." Hands me another $100 bill, and then he pulls a $10 bill out of his pocket, and he's like, "Here, this is for helping us out for today." I'm like, no, you keep your $10. I've got more than enough right now. So by the time I was done yesterday, I walked away with another $100 and a $200 router.
Nice.
Yeah. So, story time with Fuzz.
Yeah. So, this was how long ago now? It was quite some time ago now, and we had to make a delivery out to the Sea Island Pines, which is a very highfalutin, snobby end of South Carolina, like near Hilton Head, I think, if I remember right. I mean, multi-story houses, renting out rooms for multi-thousands of dollars. It's stupid, the amount of money floating around that damn place. We get contracted. I say contracted. We got the what they call them. A decorator came by for one of the clients and bought an entire house full. For this one house that had like 7 bedrooms, 2 living rooms. Stupid. It was a huge house. Probably bought $20,000 worth of small bedroom furniture for mostly kid stuff, including multiple bunk beds. Truck was packed down. Couldn't get anything else in there. And it was me and one of the guys that was working with me at the time, which was the son of our flooring specialist, salesperson. Sweet lady. Miss her. Anyway, we get there, and we already know we're going to be there for hours. And we were. It was like, I don't know, I think it took us about 4, almost 5 hours to complete that job.
Mm-hmm.
We were tired. Now, we had to admit to the decorator, was like, we love this house. We adore this house because the steps up the up to the multiple floors. It's technically like 2.5 floors.
Yeah.
You had this the 2 main floors, and you had like a half floor kind of in between the 2 floors. It was interesting what was laid out. The steps were so well designed, so well built, that at no point did we feel like we were climbing steps.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
It was that nicely laid out. But, I mean, we were tired because, god damn, there was a bunch of shit going in there. About 4 or 5 hours later, we were tired. We're getting loaded up. I'd already gone to the truck and put all the trash in the truck and loaded up the dollies and everything. And I'd gotten in the truck, crunk it up, got the air conditioner going because it was middle of summer on top of all that.
Yeah.
So he comes walking out. Biggest shit-eating grin you'd ever seen on somebody's face. I look at him. I'm kind of grumpy because I'm hot. I'm irritated. You know, I'm ready to go. I'm hungry. So he comes up to me. He's got a bill in his hand. Now, at first glance, I thought it was a $10 bill.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, fuck, are you serious? That's it? Okay. In the back of my head. So he hands it to me. I look at it and I was like, oh shit, that's a $100 bill. And I look at him again, grin still across his face. I move the bills. They gave us $200 each.
Damn.
And I'm like, oh, that to this day, that is the biggest tip we'd ever received.
Yeah, that's a generous tip right there.
that shit-eating grin, I will never forget that grin on his face.
I can just picture it in my head.
Oh yeah. Like, I mean, you've heard Cat That Ate the Canary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was that kind of grin. I mean, we earned it, mind you. We were there for 5 freaking hours.
Yeah.
But you figure that's better than $25 an hour for pay for 5 hours.
Oh, shit.
5 hours.
I'm under attack.
Why are we under attack?
Because I'm going to the WoW signal and there's apparently a pirate near it.
Yeah, you gotta be careful of that. So, Thundra, we got story time?
I'm trying to think of a story time that I can use because I don't really have very much story time. Most of my stuff is pretty day in, day out, same thing.
Understand that. I mean, I had to think of one from way back just because of the way Daniel received that money. It reminded me of the situation.
Looks like, did you get jumped by the military mine layer?
Yeah. Unless it just popped in and just happened to be like less than a kilometer away.
Yeah.
Thing opened up on me.
That's probably what happened. Because that's a vanilla ship, and that's their vanilla behavior. Thank you for watching if you're still here. There is a link in the Discord below, as well as where you can find the others. The link on the right is whatever the algorithm thinks you will like that I have put out, and the left has a good jump-in spot for this series, so you don't have to watch the previous 100 episodes unless you want to. So, until next time, Bye-bye.